Hey, Guillermo, how are you?
Good, good. It's a pleasure to meet you today. I've been a fan of yours for quite a while, so it's a real pleasure to chat with you today.
Thank you, mate. Where are you?
I'm in Sydney,
Oh,
so it's
nice.
6:40 a.m., but I'm okay.
Boom, damn straight.
I decided I'm just not going to sleep. It was way easier. I was like, should I wake up around 4? Don't worry about it. Coffee's galore.
There you go.
So look, a huge congratulations on getting a big project like this together. I can imagine how long it's been from page to screen, and I
Yeah.
bet you're very excited to have audiences finally see this whole thing come out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Guillermo, I'm also proud of it. I watched it myself and I kept watching it and I really enjoyed it. It was an extraordinary fun thing to shoot. It takes, what it's like, this is a massive series. There's a lot going on. There's a lot in the production. There's a lot in post-production. And to be finally having it here is a really nice feeling.
How did this initially come your way? I know that not only are you an actor and a star, you're an executive producer as well. How did this come your way, and how did it develop with you on board?
Yeah, they already had John and that had been working on it for quite a while, and then it was in the ether, and then Apple said, "Hey, let's have a talk," and they sent it to me, and it's one of those things you either feel like committing, I mean, look, you want to, I've been looking for something to do that was long running, one role that would take up a chunk of my time, because when you in the period doing 3 or 4 films a year, it's tiring in a different way, and I'm at a different point in my life with children. I thought, you know what? I want one. I'd like a TV thing. Not that you can really call this. It's not like your traditional old TV series anymore. These are big productions, and they're little movies, so they're exhausting. But it was like 8 months or 7 months of my life, and I thought, I want to do one of those. And then this one came along, and it was like, you know what? This is it. It was a character I thought that I liked, that I could fancy living with for that period of time, that it wasn't going to be too dark for me. I thought it was a part that was challenging and going to be exciting to work with Hargraves, to have action and drama as well as a great narrative that's doing a lot of the work as well and not just leaving it on me and whether, I can perform. There's a story in there with its twists and turns. You want some narrative to give me the room to bring some character.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see the kind of old school Hollywood blockbuster style film
Yeah.
in more of like a long running format like this. Just that first episode alone, some huge action
Yeah.
sequences. And I was going to mention the that big brawl oneer that's there
Yeah.
is very Sam Hargrave.
Yeah.
And I was just going to ask you about the experience of tackling that scene. It
Yeah.
looks absolutely exhausting.
It is, you can ask Hemsworth. He shot them. I mean, they're great. I mean, that was part of the reason too. I love Sam's work. I love his frame. I love his eye. I love the way he shoots his actors, and I love his ambition with his team. That can execute them. Those things are very tricky. They're exhausting. You can't have a mistake. You got to have a relationship between you and camera. There's got to be a synchronicity with the actors so that nobody feels. And you got to get it right. You need to be rehearsed, and you need to stay calm under pressure. And also just make sure you're not waiting for your cue. But when you finish it, it's the closest thing you'll get to theatre. I guess it's a live situation, and it's between you and camera, and it feels fantastic. It was a great feeling. Like, I really enjoyed that day.
You don't want to be the person that kind of makes everyone reset.
You don't know. You don't want to be that person, but you also don't want to be the person that's ranting and raving if people are getting it wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, you're in there doing it. It was this. I mean, once it starts, dude, it's a ride, and everyone comes together, and they feed off your energy because the scene. I'm the center of that scene, and if I'm calm and I'm confident that everyone else is going to come and do their things, they're feeling it as well, and you sense each other's rhythm, and that's what you saw on the screen. It all came together. I mean, dude, he gets shot, I get smashed. They jump on the back, we run, the drag, he gets stabbed. There's up and there's a reload, a roll, a bang, onto the plane, a stick across the head. He goes in, camera goes in, I go in past. I mean, the coordination on that, without looking like, oh my God, he's in the background staring at just waiting for his thing. It's like, oh, dude. So but when you get it, it gives you so much because you've set the audience's expectation and the reality of it. You can feel that we're out of breath and we're cold and we're sore. Frank's not comfortable at the end of that scene, and Donnie's certainly not. You know what I mean? And you feel like, you got to take a breath, haven't you?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, if you want to, I kind of just rewound it and just watched it again because
Good on
I'm
you,
like,
man.
what?
Yeah,
It's
no,
one of those.
what? No,
Yeah, exactly. It's a
absolutely,
cool
yeah.
set piece. It's really great. I think everyone's gonna love that scene. There's so many actually really cool scenes. There's a cliffside scene that
Yeah,
I want to get into yet.
yeah.
Well, look, as someone that's done film and television, a good amount of film, especially, what's a good thing about TV that isn't great with film, and vice versa?
I've got two TV things and a film out at the moment. You know, one of them is Catherine Bigelow's House of Dynamite. And anytime you get a chance to work with a director with that much skill and of their career, who does so few films, there's a focus that comes down to it, you know, and there's a focus of, and you really feel you're part of a director's world, you know, that you are part of the vision that she's going to put out there, and House of Dynamite represents that really well. TV, I guess on this one, I'm the actor and a producer and part of the team. I mean, it's my job on set to lead the way and set a tone and make sure people feel valued and able to do their best work, you know. The main one is the length of time. You've really got to prepare yourself for the marathon on TV. You really do. I mean, you can't, there's no point showing up and saying, you know what, I twisted my ankle, I can't work for a week. You know, got to reschedule the scene. So it's like, no, you have to, you really have to take care of yourself long term. In film, you can throw yourself more down the rabbit hole. And that said, now with kids and with travel and all that, it's like I found myself I couldn't do 4 different characters or 5 different characters a year. You know what I mean? It hurts too much to do it. You know, you put on, like for Murdoch, I put on 40 kilograms, you know, 40 pounds, sorry, 14 kilograms. So, you know, I'll do that once, but I can't keep, you know, and to do that for a short period of time, it hurts too much. So I like now, like the series that I've done, I'd be happy for this to be my main employment for the next bunch of years. I love this character. I love this world. I love that you've got all elements of it, the physicality of it, you know, the sensitivity of it, the dramatic, you know, narrative of it. And that they're mini movies. You know, there's a lot of demand on the crews and on the cast now, and it's, for an actor that's never done this for the first time, you know, you got to say, listen, just you got to have your stuff organised, your family, your house, your masseuse. You know, no, but I'm serious. You know, your restaurant booking for the weekend with your wife or your husband or your partner or whatever else is going on, because it is a true marathon, and you've seen this, so. You know, if we're not falling off a mountain or riding a horse in the snow, we've got intense scenes into this. We've got, you know, massive interrogation stuff. We've got, you know, there's so many demands on you that, you know, your weekends, you know, are usually learning your lines and having a stretch and getting rubbed and massaged out so you can, you know, get back on the horse come Monday.
That's right. Scheduling.
It's a big thing, the scheduling and how you put together a show like this. The schedule was the craziest I've ever seen in my life.
Dividends on screen. It's come out great. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you today. Hopefully, get to talk to you again soon.
I think they're sending me down to Sydney in a little bit. So get in there, book in.
Let's grab a beer.
Have a beer. Nice talking to you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I loved it. I really did enjoy it.
I really did. Appreciate
Thank you, man.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Have a good one.